generally speaking, it's very quiet. They're pretty focused on their books. And then I move throughout the room and I come to them, to their desk, and just pull up a chair and just sit next to them and start asking questions or, tell me about what you're reading, that kind of thing.
My students really enjoy conferring daily because they just enjoy having the independent reading time to talk to me.
I enjoy independent reading time because I can read by myself and I can sound things out without anybody telling me.
In the conference, my teacher can help me sound out the words that I don't know.
What are you reading, Savannah?
Goal.
When you read fiction, Savannah, I want you to try to make it your goal. Try to make your goal to use the characters' names when you're explaining a story to somebody, okay?
It's something I'd always done, but with less purpose in mind, and now it's more purposeful that I'm using it as a chance to get to know them as readers, talk to them, and you find out a lot more about their reading habits and their reading life and things that they actually really struggle with as readers. So if this is a series, is he a repeat character in the series?
I have no idea.
Okay, so it's the first one you've read, okay.
Managing my records for conferring is pretty easy. I just have a double-sided sheet of paper for each student. It has 2 columns on it, one for things that they could use more support on and things that they have under control. And I just simply jot down notes, answers to the questions that I ask them.
As far as record keeping goes, I use the progress monitoring checklist that's in the curriculum, and it goes quarter by quarter, and it has a checklist of what you would expect from different levels of readers. So I have that sheet for everyone in my class anyway, and I just leave the back blank, and honestly I just write down a couple notes about what we discussed that day.
I would suggest just fitting it in wherever you have an extra 5 minutes and try to open up the schedule to 10 minutes. Don't get discouraged when it's only 5-minute reading period and you only meet with one kid. That sometimes happens.
You don't have to love every book, and you don't have to know every book that your kids are reading. Really, it puts the onus on them to tell you what they're reading.
I write down things that doesn't make sense to me on the sticky note or in the journal.
And again is a word repeated over and over, or an image. And a contrast and contradiction is when something surprises you in a book.
I've given them sticky notes to mark interesting points in their book where I have a little sheet that tells them different codes. You make an exclamation point for something that's interesting, or you write a W for something you're still wondering about.
It's a really great way to get to know your students and to make them feel comfortable as readers, and really, I think, take ownership of their own learning. Be like, I picked this book, I can talk about it with my teacher, I can be honest and tell her I don't understand, I can write down questions or things that I notice, the type of habits you want to develop in readers.